So I've gone and done it again. I brought another kayak. This one is definitely the cheapest inflatable drop stitch kayak on the market. I'll leave a comment or a link in the video description to my unboxing of the Seago Quebec, which at the time of filming, that was the cheapest inflatable kayak on the market with a drop stitch floor. I think that was about 199 quid. I have since found this little beastie on Amazon for 169, so that's 170. In fact, I will just confirm that. So let's have a look. Delivered today. So I'm going to unbox it with you, and it will be my first look at it as well as yours. 169. So yeah, let's have a look at it together. It's not holding out much hope for the accessories it comes with, but there is an interesting feature which I would like to focus on a little bit, which is the inflatable keel, as I've not had a boat with an inflatable keel before, so I think that'll add to the stability and tracking and that sort of thing. So it's come from a company called MSW, Motor Technics, which is actually being shipped by a company called Expondo. You can look them up online. They do quite a lot of garage equipment and tools and that sort of thing. So don't know why they've doubled into the world of inflatable kayaks, but here we go. Let's see what their effort actually looks like. Right, so do forgive me. Some of the shots in this video are going to be a little bit creative because I just cannot wait to get this actually out of the box. And because of my work commitments, I'm always at home in the dark at the minute. So let's put this pointy knife in the box which says "Do not use knife." And you only live once, don't you? Yeah. Let me bring you down to my level so you can see. Right, so first things first, looks like we are met with a quite basic seat, which looks like it has some light zips on the side which create a bit of a folder. It's sort of like a wing almost. It's quite comfortable and fairly high backed. The actual base itself is quite thin. It's on Velcro and quite firm. So the likelihood of me keeping that seat or using that seat is going to be very, very, very slim. As I do have my own go-to seat, which I pretty much put in all my kayaks, which is a bluefin seat. I'll put a link to that one underneath in the video comment section. It's well worth watching that video. You'll see it in all of my videos, to be fair. I think it's the best seating in the market for an inflatable kayak. It's like sitting on a Parker Knoll. Right, so that is the seat. And a couple of straps. The buckles look fairly cheap, so yeah, time will tell with that one. Next we are greeted with the paddle, which as with all inflatable kayaks, the paddle which you get, you've just got to treat as a bit of an extra, or a bit of a stopgap, or a go-between, or it's just something which will get you on the water. They're all pretty rubbish, so I'll probably focus on spending a little bit of money on upgrading that paddle. I'll get it out of the bag at the end and put it together and let you have a look, make your own opinion of it, but I'm going to say fairly naff. Pump, which only has inflate. There is no deflate to that pump, and there is only one fitting to it, which is the Halky Roberts style valve. There's only one of them, which is suggestive that this boat purely uses the Halky Roberts. Nice little repair kit. We'll have a look at what's inside of that, shall we? So inside of the repair kit we have got a valve removal tool, always handy, a tube of glue, which again is nice to see. There's not all of these repair kits actually come with adhesive, and we've got one of each colour of the material, and you get quite a healthy size look. You get lots of that, so that's good. And it also shows the thickness of the inflatable material on this boat, which is fairly thin, but it seems quite robust. So I'll pop those back. What else do we have in the box? We've got a foot brace, which is nice to see for a cheap boat. Admittedly, it does feel particularly cheap, but it is softer memory foam material. A standard 9-inch tracking fin, universal fitment. An instruction manual, which you can download a full manual by using that QR code by the looks of it. I'll probably do that later. What I will need to do is look at the pressures which are used to inflate this kayak to. There's no data online about it, and the boat itself, that packs down pretty small. I'm quite impressed with that. That is quite a small pack down size, in fact a very small pack down size. And it's not the best quality bag in the world, but it was a very cheap kayak at the end of the day. Right, there it is. Feels fairly robust. Doesn't feel as robust as the Seago, so I don't think it's going to take quite as much hammer as that Seago can, because that Seago has taken a lot of hammer since in my ownership. It seems to be my go-to recce boat, is what I call the Seago, because you can just lob it at anything and it just takes it. So ideal for recceing things. I think everyone needs a recce boat. I did think about making this my recce boat. I think this is going to be my sort of in-between recce boat and not really bothered boat sort of thing. So yeah, right, let's pull it out of the bag and see what it looks like. Right, so here's the boat. It's about, I'm going to say, between 10 and 12 kilo. I'll probably find out the proper weight and I'll put it on the screen for you. I think it's about 12 kilos. I'm going to have to film myself unfolding this because it's folded in quite a way that I know I'm not going to be able to replicate. So, find out, Robbie. You'll be okay, my mate. And to anyone who's new on the channel, that's Robbie. Robbie's our little rescue Sheltie. He's a very quiet little boy. Right, so it's beginning to lay out. It's quite a good size by the looks of it. It's a lot larger than the Seago is. Because I'm doing this in my kitchen, there's not a lot of room, so I'm going to cut the video. I'm going to show this folded out properly. Right, so we're laid out here. looks like at the back you've got a mixture of carry handles and sort of lashing straps. They feel particularly cheap. We've got the Dropstitch floor panel and two main side pontoons. Got some nice lettering there and a bungee deck at the front. The one point which I did want to bring out is the inflatable keel, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing what that looks like, because the pictures are very poor on the internet. The foot brace has got two positions. You've got a short or a long leg. There's only a couple of inches between the two of them, but there is quite a bit of space in front of the footrest for gear. Looking at the position of the Velcro for your seat, there's also quite a lot of space behind it. So it is actually quite a large one-man kayak. So I'm going to go and get my pump. I'm going to blow it up. Looking at it, it's a strange pressure setting. On the side here, it says 2.9 psi for the Kayak, which I'm assuming is the sides, and 8 psi for the air deck, which is probably the floor. Also, you've got these little scupper bungs. You've got one at the back and two at the sides, or one at each side. If you do buy one of these, I've already noticed there's a bit of an issue with these scupper bungs. Get a nice solid bit of floor like I'm on now, and line them up perfectly and give them a right good pushing home, because they just didn't want to seat properly. I spent about 5 minutes probably on each one, just making sure they seat correctly. You've got seat anchorage points at the back here, next to the valves, there and there, as well as seat anchorage points there in the middle. So there's no anchorage points for the seat on the base at all, purely on your side pontoons. And it's a very bright white. I mean, very bright white. So I'm going to trying to keep this thing clean. Probably not going to happen. Right, let's get a pump. Here we are, fully inflated. So we've got carry handle, sort of lashing loops, so you can sort of strap things to it. Dropstitch floor, low pressure side pontoons. The side tubes on this are actually quite low profile. They're not tremendously bulbous, so you shouldn't be catching your hands as you paddle, which is quite good. I've loosely strapped the seat in. It is on Velcro. Interestingly, on the bottom of this seat you can actually unzip the base part, and you can take the polystyrene cushion out, which I'm definitely going to do, because this seat setup looks fairly sort of specific to this boat. So I'm going to unzip the bottom, and I'm going to put a waffle pad in the bottom. The foot brace is remarkably solid, which is good. Interestingly, the inflatable keel, I've only pumped it up to 1 psi. The recommendation is 3 psi or 2.9, same as the side pontoons. I've only blown them up to 2.5. The floor should inflate to 8. I've only blown that to 7. But it all seems fairly robust. The inflatable keel actually puts quite an angle on the underside. It's going to be quite difficult to show you in here, but you can hopefully see that it does create quite a big V in the actual kayak hull. So there's a quick underside view. You got one scupper drain bung there, which, like I mentioned earlier in the video, make sure that is fully seated unless you're going to be playing in whitewater stuff. Standard skeg mount, nothing really out of the ordinary there. Two more scuppers, and then this part is your inflatable keel, which I am really intrigued about. Can you see it? Where that little taped part is, just give it a bit more robustness. Yeah, I'm really interested in this. So that should hopefully aid tracking a little bit and speed. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this out on the water. Certainly not looking forward to getting it mucky, because it's going to be an absolute flipping nightmare to keep clean. This almost has potential to be a camping boat, because there's definitely enough space behind the seat and in front of your footrest. So I reckon this could be my next camping boat, and in that case I don't particularly need the yellow itty whip. But I reckon even if my wife wants to come kayaking, she'll be okay in this. It's a bit wider in the cockpit than the Seago is. It's significantly wider. So yeah, I'm excited to get this on the water. You'll have to stay tuned and see how it goes. So subscribe to the channel, and my next video will be me getting this beast on the water, seeing what it's like. I'm a little bit miffed about this spray skirt. It just seems a bit naff. Quite a lot of this kayak is naff, I think. I mean, the adjustable bungee is a nice little feature. I like that. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this performs. Yeah, I think you should watch the next one. Take care. Bye bye.